don't you ruin it now. Yeah.
What is going on, guys? ThunderBow here, and today I'm bringing you another Minecraft Pocket Edition update video. Now, before I begin this video, can I just ask if you guys could punch that like button right in the face, because you guys have been killing the like button every single video, so let's keep the trend going and smash that like button. So today's update video is going to be a combination of things. I'm going to be talking about one of the more recent Pocket Edition updates, as well as some future news information, so if you want to hear more about that, then stay tuned. So, I'm going to start off with 0.15.6. Yes, that's right, another patch update was released just a few days ago, and the changelog is extremely minimal. Like, one line significant. So the developers only added one thing to this update, and that's just bug fixes. Literally, that's it. The changelog just says various bug fixes, nothing else. So, if I were to show you guys some gameplay of it, it really wouldn't be that significant, because I honestly don't even know what bugs were fixed. They never said in any changelog, they never said on Twitter, nowhere. So, I have no idea what bugs were fixed in 0.15.6. However, that update is out now, so if you guys want, go ahead and download that via the iOS App Store or Google Play Store. So now we're going to be moving on to some of the more interesting news that I'm sure you guys are all here for. So, this is obviously going to be about 0.16.0, and all of this news comes from Tom. So the first tweet that Tom has was a picture of a map, and he says, a tiny new feature, different biomes have different colors on maps. So this picture basically just shows a typical map, however it's a little more color-coded, and it looks a lot nicer. So basically, what we have here is just a system where it color codes biomes so that way you can distinguish them on a map. It basically is just to help for navigation things, but you know, it's these small things that really help make the game look a lot nicer. There's really nothing else significant about this picture aside from the fact that biomes are now color coded appropriately on maps, and that's pretty much it about this picture. So now coming into quite possibly the coolest stuff of this video, we're talking about add-ons. Yes, that's right, guys, the stuff that was announced at E3 earlier this summer. Add-ons are basically it's basically a way to reprogram the game and have proper mod support in Pocket Edition. So Tom had sent out a tweet saying data-driven entities are progressing pretty well. We can almost make it an entity like the skeleton with just JSON. And he sends out a little link to some code that he had made, and it's in a JSON format, which for you guys who don't know what JSON is, it's basically a programming language. And what you can do, it's really easy to learn JSON, and all you have to do is just input some text, and that's basically all how you modify it. Basically, the point of this thing is that you can basically modify the core features of any mob in the game with JSON files. So you have to have little to no programming experience to be able to modify the game and change it the way that you want. You can make your own mods without knowing any prior programming. It's that easy. It's just change around some numbers, swap some words around, and there you go. There's your mod. So he's basically showing how the new add-on capabilities are really evolving. So they're becoming a lot more intuitive, but also becoming a little bit more advanced, so that way they can add and change more features. He later said none of this is final or prepared for any release, but check out Minecon to see what you can do with that blurb of code. So obviously they are going to be demonstrating add-ons at Minecon later this year. So a question for Tom comes from Christopher Smith, and he asks, is this going to be the new plugin API, just blobs of JSON text? And Tom says, no, this is just going to be a piece of it. This is the way that you tie the code you write. So I guess I was wrong. So you will have to have some coding experience in order to make everything function, I guess, or maybe if you want to delve deeper into the mod. I honestly don't really know. They're being very vague about it, but either way, they're going back and forth between, like, you're going to have to write code, you're not going to have to write code, it's just going to be JSON, and it's very confusing. They're being very vague right now, so I would assume If you want to do just some like surface level stuff, you could use JSON, but if you want to delve deeper and change like some of the really important core features and really make some extensive mods, that's when you're going to have to write your own code. I'm pretty sure that's what they're getting at, but since developers really haven't talked much about add-ons, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. And Tom did say that they do plan on expanding the mod API later on. He says, thanks, initially we'll just expose this to mix the existing components, but later there'll be an API to make completely new ones. And basically he was referring back to the skeleton thing, where you can just swap around some JSON blobs and make your own mobs, but later on there's going to be an API that allows you to delve deeper into the core files of the game and modify it to make some really awesome mods by adding your own code. So the mod API is really shaping up to be something really cool, and as a computer science major, I would love to see how this works, and I would love to make a mod of my own one day. So jumping back over to 0.15.6, Tom came out with a tweet shortly after the update was released saying, PSA, unsurprisingly, promise dates changed. We said that Oculus Rift support would be in 0.15.6, but it will be out next week instead. So, does that mean there's going to be a 0.15.7 release, or is that the promised date of 0.16? No one really knows, because the developers are again super vague. This is all up to interpretation, but because they said that Rift support would come in 0.15, I have a feeling it's just going to be another patch update, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But either way, that's about it for this update video, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button and show your support for these videos. Also, hit that subscribe button to hop on board the Thunder train. Stay charged, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video.